Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 4, which is entitled as Jnana Yoga, Sloka 10. Vitaraha bhayakrodhaha manmaya mamupasritaha bahavo jnana tapasa utha madbhavamagataha. In the previous sloka 9, Krishna said, by knowing the appearance and activities of his avatars, one upon leaving their body doesn't need to take birth again, but will return to his supreme abode. In this sloka, 10th sloka, it will be explained in detail how that takes place. In Vishnu Dharma Purana, it is said, Janmantra Sagasreshu Tapojnana Samadhibihi Naranam Kshina Papanam Krishna Bhakti Prajayate. That is, after thousands of births spent in austerities, study, and meditation, when all their sins are completely destroyed, the living entity can attain devotional service or bhakti to Sri Krishna. Whereas in this sloka, 9th sloka, it is said that one who knows the transcendental nature of Krishna's appearance and Krishna's activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains Krishna's eternal abode. So comparing these two slokas, it seems as per Krishna, it is very easy to attain Krishna, whereas in the other sloka from Vishnu Dharma, it appears very difficult. So what is right? Answer is both are right. There is no conflict. If one wants to attain bhakti to Krishna by following the standard process through the means of studying scriptures page to page, back to back, does austerities of all kinds, and does all this thing by their own effort and removes all the sins gradually, which might take many lifetimes, and after this they will be able to attain Krishna Bhakti. Whereas in what Krishna says is, if one simply incorporate the contemplation of Krishna's appearance and activities into their bhakti, then they don't need to wait for thousands of years. They will just get the same result in this very lifetime. So that is going to be what we are going to cover today by understanding how that happens. Vita Raha Bhaya Krodha. Vita means being freed. Raha means attachment. Bhaya means fear. Krodhaha. Krodhaha means anger. Matmaya. Matmaya. Fully absorbed in contemplation on me, here Krishna. Mam, in me. Upasritaha, being fully situated. Bahavaha, many. Jnana tapasa, by austerity of knowledge regarding the secrets of Krishna's avatar, my avatar, Putaha, being purified, Madbhavam, my nature, highest equality, Agataha, have attained. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me. And that is what the meaning of this sloka. Jnana tapasa. Jnana tapasa, here it means jnana, the knowledge of avatara rahasya. Avatara rahasya means the secret of his incarnation. This is not jnana tapasa, doesn't talk about jnana yoga. So it's talking about knowledge of the appearance and the activities of Krishna's avatars. Tapaha. Tapaha means austerity. Here it means to raise above the wrong understanding. That's what is called as austerity here in this context. That is, one removing wrong ideas about Lord's appearance and activities. As we already saw below, I believe in God, but do not accept that He appeared and did these activities. Another one is, I believe in God, but not sure if He really appeared. Not sure if He really did all this stealing of butter and etc. etc. So these are the wrong ideas, uncertainty, wrong ideas. One removing these things and going above this is the biggest austerity. It's the biggest austerity is because we are surrounded by so many people who have so many different ideas, and they constantly, or we come in contact with such people, they force their ideas. It could be a scientific idea, it could be some speculative ideas. God is like this, God is not really, and the Leelas are not really Leelas, it is a message for us. Right? All those things are considered to be wrong ideas. And tapaha means coming out of those things as the biggest austerity for the bhaktas, the devotees. Because it will be, people will try to influence with their wrong ideas. So jnana tapasa. Rather, one should have a complete, full, firm faith that the Lord appearance is real and His activities are absolutely real. No question about it. If Krishna cried, He really cried. Krishna stole something, He did. We don't need to change something to prove the supremacy of God by saying, how can God steal? How can God lie? How can God be with girls? So we don't need to cover up these things. If really God wanted, He could have not shared this knowledge at all. For example, a great man writing autobiography, they try to put as much as possible, they try to show how great they are. Though many of the things that they might have done, which are abominable, wrong things, may be hidden so that they can show to the world how great that person is, right from the birth. If Krishna, God wanted, He could have simply done the same thing. Remove the pages or told Vyasadeva and Sukadeva Goswami, everyone, not to speak anything about what he did in the childhood pastimes. Only talk about all great things, good things, Do not talk about stealing butter, speaking lies, trying to do all sort of things. Cover up all those things. Only good things. He could have done that. God could do this. But see the greatness of God. We should appreciate, we should really be grateful to God that He is sharing everything, for that those things get purified by hearing these things. Whereas the other people are wrongly understanding, how can God do these things? How can He be born? Rather than understanding greatness of God. Vitaraha bhayakrodhaha manmaya mamupasritaha bahavo jnana tapasa utha madbhavamagataha. Namaste. Hare Krishna.